G'day, that's Lot Car Guy here. So, two cars have arrived this morning. Bought them off eBay, very excited. I don't have these models in my collection as yet. I won't give it away. It's two models, SCALEXTRICs, mid-90s. Let's check them out. Rightio, so let's crack it open. Now, quick background on today's video. I actually started the video this morning, and during the filming, the phone that's on this tripod right now, the old phone, fell and broke. So I was mid-filming, that broke, so I had to start all over again. So brand new phone, so hopefully this turns out good. Brand new spanking Oppo phone, so hopefully the camera's good. But let's get into it and see what models I got today. So both these cars are, as I said before, SCALEXTRICs, but we'll start off with the Impreza WRC by Subaru. Now, love the retro stuff. Now, without looking too much, I'm guessing these were made in the 90s. Kind of tell by the SCALEXTRICs writing down the front. I love how it's in the background blue with the yellow. Very 80s, 90s feel with that shine mark, the twing, which you can actually see in the background of the actual case, a big wing. So I love that, really love that. And also the design of the box, which I'll show closer later on, is like a digital grid work. So really, really cool. So inside is a white, I believe it's a 1998 Impreza WRC rally car in the mobile livery colours, which looks good. Car number 9, sorry. But we'll have a closer look after a quick review. But these are second-hand from eBay. So there's a crack in the case, but the car itself is immaculate. So very, very happy with this. We'll spin it around on the back. Love the old school design boxes, how it shows you the actual layout of the car. It is going to be a rear-wheel drive car with a magnet in the rear, inline motor in the center. Love that. That doesn't happen anymore, really. When we buy cars these days, sometimes you'll get a card or something inside that will tell you what happens with the car. Active front and rear lights, and I love this, the magnet traction trademark. But as we know now, these days, magnets are in most slot cars. That's what keeps it grounded. So awesome. Don't have that exact model. I do have WRXs, but not this one. Now this, I pulled the trigger on. I've been hanging to get a model. It's a Renault. I drive a Megane, but this ain't a Megane. But been wanting to pull the trigger, and I thought matching boxes, let's do it. So it's a 1998 Renault. How do we say it? Laguna. So, you know, it's not the most desirable car. I like it. It's got that 90s BTCC touring car feel, which I believe it would have been in. But we'll go from the start. Same box again. On the rear, we'll go quickly to the rear. Exactly the same layout. I believe in real life this is a front-wheel drive car, but in slot car form it's rear-wheel drive. And the Rexy should be four-wheel drive, but in this it's rear-wheel drive as well. So it doesn't match the drive line, but who cares? White, very similar liveries on both of them, not mobile. This is Motorhouse, again, second hand, but almost brand new. I'd say it's brand new, old stock. No cracks, anything on the case, and the car looks immaculate. Love the old rear touring wing, but again, I'll show a close up. Put them on the track, we'll give them a two lap hot lap and see how they go. There are very old tyres on these cars, so I'm not expecting crazy laps, but it'll be interesting to see how different they are on the road together. Cheers, let's go take them for a spin after we have a closer look. All right, so let's take a close look at the cars. First, I'll explain the box art that I was speaking about earlier, about the digital grid and how 80s this thing is. So that's and they're both the same. This is the box art of the car. And again, love all this old school design, but I thought I'll quickly show what the 90s cars used to look like. And obviously they change design as they go along, but let's start off with the Renault. Now the reason I've kept them in these cases, so I can just show you exactly how I get them, and this is how you would have purchased them in the 90s, because, let's take the car off, and there we go, Renault Laguna 98. But underneath, lo and behold, is two brand new replacement guides with braid on it. So that's how you would have received this back in the heyday. But now let's have a look at the Renault itself. Again, body is spot on. No damage to it. it's almost brand new. So let's flip it up underneath and have a look at, so exactly what the box said. Rear-wheel drive, magnet across the rear, inline motor, in center, and that is completely what the box actually sells it as. Now, I believe this would have been a front-wheel drive car. I think it is in real life as well. So it doesn't replicate that, but that's cool. I'm happy with this. Beautiful new old stock. Same with the Rexy. Let's bring the Rexy in. And again, I'll take him off, and lo and behold, 2 replacement guides, which awesome, love it. Brand new, never been used. Now, the reason I called it a WRC Impreza, they didn't class as a WRX. So it is a Subaru Impreza WRC, and that's what SCALEXTRIC has gone with, so that's what we'll call it today. And I believe that's what it might have been in the rally itself. All right, here we go. Again, body immaculate. There's no, the major difference with this era car, there's no aerials, no major detail items. Mirrors are hard, so they won't come off, but body itself, extremely, extremely good. Oh, you'd say it's brand new, which I believe it is. Again, exact same as what the box says. Rear-wheel drive, magnet across the rear, inline motor in center, rear-wheel drive. In real life, this is a four-wheel drive car, but again, it is a rear-wheel drive model. And take note of the power, how it goes to the guide. Very reminiscent of today's SCX cars, but I love how they change the design of guide and power throughout the years. Also take note of the tyres, because these will be getting hot laps as we speak, and they're the old treaded tyre. So I'm not expecting them to go too well, but beautiful second-hand car. So that's enough talking. Let's give these 2 cars 2 hot laps of my track and see how different they are. So here we go, it's Renault Laguna's time. Let's see how we handle the first lap. So, cold tyres, fresh out of the box, taking it nice and cautious through the corners, and whoops, there we go. Already a little mistake, a little bit confident coming out of that corner. Straight line speed's pretty good, but now I'm starting to take it a bit more cautious through the corners, knowing that the tyres are going to give way. Second lap, let's see how we go. Through the S-bends, looking good, comes out, and no mistake that time. So, starting to learn the car. Straight line speed, still really, really good, but very cautious through the corners. Coming into the third and final lap, a bit more confidence building now, and let's see. Still very cautious through the corners. A little bit of a kick out there, but we're starting to learn the car, and it's starting to take to the track. But all in all, old car, old tyres. I was very happy with the performance, and wasn't too bad. So now it's Subaru's time to shine. Let's see how the first lap unfolds. Again, like the Renault, straight out of the box, onto the track, no modifications. Those S's look pretty good, and that straight line speed is impressive. So nice, clean first lap. I think it's a better first lap than the Renault. Let's see how the second unfolds, and the straight line speed is great. The car looks more settled through the corners, a bit more rhythm. You can kind of play the trigger a bit to get it dancing around the corners, and then you pick it up on the straight. So second lap's looking really good. Coming to the final S-bends, and you'll see here the car will come off track. And unfortunately, I hit the digital lane changer, and it came off track. So it was looking good for a second lap. So let's see how we go on the third. Do I lose confidence on this one? Through the S's, looking good. Very settled car. I believe this was a better car than the Renault. Felt easier to drive, and I had more confidence in this car. So got a bit stuck there, but all in all, both beautiful cars to drive. A lot of fun, challenging, but fun. Well, there you go. 2 cars from the same makers, SCALEXTRICs, from the 90s. Completely different when you put them on the track. Granted, both these are very old, so old new stock, old tyres, etc. But both cars handle completely different. Now, the Renault felt a lot looser through the corners, a little bit rolly. It wanted to roll over, so I was going very, very, very cautiously through the corners. But on the straights, it wasn't too bad. Not as quick as the Rexy, sorry, the Impreza. The Impreza felt, after the first lap, the Impreza felt quite stable through the corners, a little bit more. I had more confidence with the Rexy because maybe it's got a shorter wheelbase, or who knows, maybe it's weighted better. But that's the beauty of the slot cars. 2 very similar, well, same year, same brand, same thumb, but they actually handle completely different. That's what I love about this hobby, is a lot of people think you just push the trigger and off you go. There's more to it than that. So good to see. I mean, they went very quick. I could probably sand the tyres up or put some slicks on them, and then you'll see these things would perform much better, or relocate the magnet. So there's so much you can do to these stock cars. But because I'm a collector, I'll keep them like this. I might give them a slight sanding, which will take a lot of the muck and just give them a bit more shape, but that'll be it. So hope you enjoyed the video. Again, this was today's delivery. Had to put on the new track. The new track, I've just finished building it. Obviously it's a Carrera track, but I've called this track SRC Chrono Complex. I do a lot of work with SRC, so I've named the track after them, but the corners and the straights are yet to be named. So brand new layout, it's very raw. Obviously there's no scenery, and the scenery I do have is from Magnetic Racing, which is the pits and the grandstands. Highly recommended. They're so much fun to build, but over time you'll see these videos get better quality. The track will be closer to finish because it is a big job, but I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. I've got plenty of cars to test and tune, and I'm always buying cars to throw on the track. Not always new, a lot of old cars just to see how they perform today. So cheers, be safe, @thatslotcarguy on Instagram. Thanks for watching. Ciao.